the walls as
Sure
he
how
goes
much
down.
I lost for the audio glitch. All right, so you jumped down the well
Yeah.
in your small form, and you're going to make a tumble. I don't know if that would
He would be
roll me a
taking.
strength
He would be
check
taking more
or a
damage
climb.
tumbling down a well than he would
Yeah,
just jumping down the well.
Here's how I would rule this one 12. It'd be a jump
Yeah.
check to reduce the effectively like 10 feet of the fall damage. And then he can make a climb check to arrest his movement. I'd add a little bit to the DC because he is jumping down a fucking well for some reason. And if it's a smooth-sided well, it could be a higher DC and whatnot. But yeah, that would basically negate any damage that he would take from the fall. Whether or not Homeboy, that's already down there, takes some damage, that's a different story.
Okay, jump is a plus 6, 21, 22.
And that would be more than enough to meet the appropriate
accurately.
DC.
Yeah, I mean, you accurately, hop in and start heading down into the well. The question now is like 35 feet later, because you're hopping up and going down.
Climb.
So 35 feet later,
Do I need to do the climb check?
Are you climbing down, or are you jumping into the well?
I'm jumping into the well.
He's going to jump in, and he wants to climb back up.
Speed.
Well, no, I was saying a climb check to like arrest his fall, so that he doesn't like smash.
Oh, now you want my help?
Now she wants his
help.
I told her not to do something, and now she wants my help.
19 climb.
All right, roll me just a straight up strength check, Steven.
$19 total.
19. Your elbows and toes are raw, but you manage to stop your downward descent just before you smash into this guy that you were trying to save. So you're sitting there perched, using your muscle basically to keep yourself hovered in the air right above him. So now this is going to be difficult. Like you need to roll a balance check to keep your feet perched, free up your hands, and then you need to reach down and save him.
17 balance check.
You're having some fucking good rolls, Steven.
I got a 4 in my.
All right.
I got a 4, 17 in total. Like I have 4.
All right. So you snatch the guy out of the water. What do you do with him?
I put him on my shoulder and I get bigger, so
he's unconscious.
Okay, I climb back up with
him. You take off your chain.
Does he take a penalty for the dead weight?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. This is going to be hard climbing back up. I mean, he's a strong dude, though. If he was medium, it might be easier.
Yeah.
But taking off your chain while you're perched there and having a person on you, you know. And then your footing would change and roll me 3 d20s, Steven. Because you are at an extreme disadvantage right now.
12, 16, no, 15, 12, and 12.
That is statistically unlikely.
But
roll me 2 more d20s, Steven. I don't like these statistically unlikely rolls. Good
11.
Lord. No, a 3. Much better. All right, now. Now do a climb using this 3. And what do you get? This is more like, this is the difficulty it's going to take. You're at you're
I
at
have a 6
extreme
strength.
disadvantage.
I have a 6 strength, so it's like
What ranks do you have in climb?
none.
All right, so that's a 9. You don't make the 10 DC. You're struggling. You're taking like 10 minutes or so pulling this guy up. You got him on your back. You're trying to keep him on your
And I
shoulders
start calling
under
out
your
for
under
help.
your chain.
And I start calling out for help at this time.
All right.
So now, as
Alright.
said before, we've got 2 people
Yes!
to rescue out of a fucking well.
Okay, you guys inside. A couple of people, they hush the singers, and they make the people on stage stop. And you hear, oh, oh. I think somebody's fallen down the well. And like a lot of the couple of patrons get up and open the door, and they start heading outside, like half a dozen people.
We know
I look.
Grim just went outside, and then this happened. So putting 2 and 2 together.
Do I get up the well by the
Yeah.
time they get there though?
Oh God, no.
Now with
hey.
the 9, you're just struggling.
They
You're not
say
making
something
it.
about down a well,
I
so
got-
I'll just
But I
reach down
got
to my pack and
multiple. I
grab a
got
spool
15,
of rope.
I got a 12.
Steven, just
I got
accept
a
the fact
12.
you're
But
trying to get
all right,
up
hold
the
on,
well.
hold on. Let me explain this. Okay, so this is a mechanic called disadvantage. So it's something we're borrowing from 5th edition. You're at extreme disadvantage. So that means you roll multiple d20s, and I'm taking the worst one because you have all of these things working against you,
That is
and you've
gay.
been rolling because you've been rolling extremely high.
Yeah.
And it doesn't fit the story. It doesn't fit the narrative. Like, this is a tough situation you've put yourself in to try and save this guy.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with it.
It's all.
You're just at a disadvantage.
It also would show that I have been doing well, just because I
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, you're rolling really, really well, but right now you're at an extreme disadvantage. I needed something that worked better.
We go out.
16, 12, 12, 19. It's like, come on.
We go out and we look around. We hear. I'm assuming we hear him going, "Help!" coming from the well.
Yeah, there's some people looking down. I think somebody's in the well. Like, they can't quite see as well as Steven. These are just humans.
I can.
He's
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll head
okay.
that way.
He's
Like-
yeah. You see him down there. He's not wet, but he's holding somebody that's sopping wet on his shoulders, so he's beginning to get drenched. And he's trying to climb up, but he can't get up.
I'll finish off the mug of beer that I brought with me, set it on the rim of the well, get the rope, and unspool it and toss it down. So tie that around the dude, and
Alright.
send it back up.
All right, Steven, roll 2 more d20s. Take the worst roll.
I mean, I was just gonna.
Do you have used rope?
No,
I've got an idea.
All right,
I have
Huh.
nothing but like certain things.
just do it. Just strength check it up. I just need 1 disadvantage roll. So roll 2 dice and give me the worst roll.
10 and 3.
He's trying, but he's not able to pull himself up. His hands are wet now. The guy's kind of heavy and struggling.
Alright.
You might have to pull him up.
Hold on. Tell you what, I'll pull the rope up, back up to me, and I'll tie
Put like a.
slip knot in it, or
All right.
A
Do you have
lasso.
anything? Do you have any kind
No.
of? All right.
Hold
Roll an intelligence check.
on.
but while I'm pulling the rope back up, what's your idea, Richie?
Here, I'm gonna pop myself onto the well so I'm sitting on it. And then. Yeah, grab hold of my ankles. And I'm going to turn to the larger snake to try to lower myself down and wrap myself around them slightly and pull them up. Or at least get underneath them and push them up.
Do you see how?
Are we gonna have to rescue 3 people?
But you've already got me, so you don't have to rescue me.
I don't like that thing. I don't like it at all. It's a fucking shitty way of like using trains.
Oh my god, Stephen, just go with it.
No,
Okay, Steven, if I was
I'm being
adjudicating
punished for
this,
doing good.
I'd have just given you like a -10 on the climb check. Something like you're in a well, relatively smooth sides, it's wet, and you're trying to deal with this dude, pull him up. Like, yeah, that would have been like a -10 on the climb check. So
dead
which would you
alone.
prefer? This would like a -10.
A neck 10.
So even if you rolled an 11, you get a 1. No, Stephen. And then he wanted to tumble down the well. It's like, tumbling means you're gonna bounce off shit.
Did he? My headset. I was listening to y'all through the stream, but my headset crapped
Yeah.
up. So what just happened to Steven?
Yeah.
Uh,
I,
he-
think,
Did he rage quit or did it drop him?
I don't think you rage quit.
All right. Did you turn into a snake? Is that what I heard?
What I want to do is have 2-5 hold my ankles,
Ah,
and
there
then
it
I'm going to
is.
turn into the large snake and get underneath them and push them upward. Basically giving them momentum from underneath them.
Okay. Do you really want to do that with a crowd watching?
Yes.
Right now, you're pretty cleverly disguised as a person. It's not hard for you to do.
I am not ashamed of who I am.
Okay.
Maybe we are. And somebody's gonna be like, oh, it's a giant snake. Be like, yeah, it's a giant snake. Just rescued 2 people. Fuck y'all shit.
Um,
And if we make the situation work, that's perfectly fine with me.
trying to think. What is the?
You're not rescuing me if you've already got a hold of me.
2-5, do you know
The only way you're
the
gonna need.
length of a constrictor? Offhand,
How far down is he?
he is from the top of the well over 30 feet.
Yeah. Okay, so all right. Never mind then.
It
I wouldn't
might,
be
you
able
might
to
be
then.
long enough. I need to look.
I don't think so. Like, yeah.
I figured it'd be like 10 feet or some shit. 10, 15 feet.
Yeah, something like that, maybe.
It was a
Yeah,
hell of a fall.
Maybe.
This is also from a true story of things that have happened in medieval taverns. A man died by
Hmm.
drunkenly falling into a well. I forget his name. It's a true story though.
He's 30 feet down.
Oh, here we go. Constrictor
Say,
snake plant.
Shit. Yeah. Or-
Yeah, well, space and reach is 15 feet, so
Yeah, nah.
yeah, you're about half as
Yeah,
long as
so-
you need to be.
I wouldn't even bother then.
If you have a rope, I mean, you
Hmm.
guys. Yeah, sure. I mean,
Yeah.
there's stuff in the stable kit, and the you guys were given saddlebags.
Which type of- Well, I was gonna.
All right, somebody give me a use rope check, or else profession sailor
like
or
a
something.
13. I rolled it earlier.
A 13. So you're trying to get this particular knot that'll hold 2 people's weight, and one of the merchants near you is like, Have you never served on a vessel? Give me that, son.
Can
And he gets it and like quickly ties this really perfect,
Ste-
strong sailor's knot that'll hold a person, and like tosses it back to you.
Cool.
So here's a
Much
dumb
obliged.
question. Steven, can your character swim? Because one of my spells, create water. If he can swim, I can just raise the water level with it. Couldn't I?
Thinking about the volume of a cylinder and how much you're able to create, you could probably fill it a fourth of the way up. Can you do it 4 times? It's quite
more
a
than
big
likely.
well. It's quite a large well, and with 30 feet, it'd make a good volume cylinder. I don't want to do the math right now, but let's just say you do it 4 times, you can do this.
Then I could just fucking. If I do the spell 4 times, I could just flood them to the top.
Yeah.
I am perfectly cool with that.
All right. So how do you want to do it? What does it look like when you do these things? Are you praying to Sune? Are you gonna grab your talisman? Or
I'm gonna.
this is your
I'm
moment.
gonna
If you
close
wanted
my
to,
eyes. I'm
you
gonna
could-
look up.
if
I'm
you
gonna
wanted
put my
to-
hands down on the well.
like
And
this
just
is
take a deep breath, and then do the fucking create water thing.
yeah, but you. So
as
what
it
I'm,
starts.
what I'm saying
what?
is, you know, he was telling you no soliciting, no preaching inside. Like this is your moment to embellish this a little bit, add a little monologue, you know, because you're about to do some real cleric magic that they haven't seen here in a while. Remember.
Oh no, the speeches will come afterwards
Well, I mean,
because people are gonna watch this happen,
The
so they're gonna
cleric-
start asking me about it and
the,
whatnot.
the clerics used to make water. That's why this well is extremely low. The clerics used to fill it up daily, but they lost the ability.
I mean, could I have light like radiate around my hands as I'm
Yeah,
doing
like
the spell?
dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, tell me
Okay.
how you want to make
Well, I mean,
this more cinematic.
Like, I'm not
because
gonna
you have-
actually say anything about it. I
You
just want
have-
to make it all of.
You have nearly 24 onlookers that have come out of the tavern, and they're watching this. So it's like, how do you want to do it?
Okay.
You got all the time and preparation, whatever you need.
Yeah, no, I'll just literally. Because my guy, like, you want me to put on a show, but my guy likes to keep shit for the most part simple. So like, he'll take the deep breath, have light start glowing from my hands, start moving it around the well, and just like start lifting it up, like not lifting up the well, but lifting up my hands in an upward motion, going back down, upward motion. As I'm staring up as I look up at the sky. I continually do this, kind of just muttering to myself a little bit. Mostly muttering is, God, you fucking moron. Can't believe I have to do this now. You don't hear me. You don't hear me. The fact that you jumped in first without like any kind of forethought, you're just like, huzzah! It's like, and I will do that until water pushes them up to at least the brim, so that he can climb up, grab onto the brim of
Yeah.
it and pull himself up.
Yeah, you do it a 5th time, and it'll be like overflowing. You know, just woof, woof, woof.
Or at least until I can reach down and grab the dude that he's carrying.
Yeah, four will get them up to the top to grab them. 5th would be showy.
Hmm. I'll go with 4. I'm going with 4. I'm not worried about that because the drunk dude is gonna probably need some healing because he probably took some damage falling down the well.
Yeah, he did. Roll me a treat injury check to assess his condition, also known as heal, but it's not a heal.
16 plus 6, 22.
Yeah, he's got water in his lungs. He's not breathing right now.
Okay. I would, considering
Steven
medieval
looks-
age people don't know about
Steven's
fucking
exhausted.
CPR. Uh,
Well, they would usually
cure-
say just rush him to the temple, but the temple has no power right now, so the people look honestly. Some of them look afraid. You know,
if he's got water in his, I'll sit him. If I sit him up and do cure light wounds, will that make him expel the water?
it'll get his hit points up, and he might be able to come around to cough it out himself, but it won't just expel it on its own.
Okay. So if I get his hit points up, start, healing him, patting him on the back, and
then he
effort to get the water out.
He just starts like spitting it up and coughing and coughing and coughing and coughing. And then he takes one big breath and then coughs more and more and more. And you're like, what did you say?
What?
Patting his back.
I'm like,
there.
yeah, I'm helping him get the water out.
Oh my gosh.
You'll be fine.
People are cheering. Steven looks exhausted. He can't pull himself up over the lip of the thing. He's struggling. Like he was really giving it his all.
I'll look at
I'll
two
give him
fives
a
effort and
hand.
just go, get him.
People are
Do
giving
we have
applause.
to?
They're giving applause for Grim. He saved Nut Brown. He saved Nut. Can you believe it?
Nut brown.
Nut Brown. Nut fell down the well again.
Fe-
And they're all like, Nut
Yes,
fell down the
yes.
well again. Can you
Team
believe it?
effort. And I look at you, just kind of like, why didn't you get help before you jumped down the well? I'm like, God damn it.
And you turn around and
Right, kid. We did it.
Tisk is coming out, and everyone is so like happy they're not even really shocked to see this goblin with the chef's hat on. And he comes marching out with all these plates with slices on him. And Tisk in his little voice says, "Yes, praise Pizar! Yes, praise Pizar! Here, have a pizza! Glory to his name and the bubbling cheeses! Praise Pizar! Have a pizza!"
Bubbling.
Shit, I'll take a
I
pizza.
love that.
And he's handing out slices of fresh cheese pizza. It's delicious. Like, nobody's had this in these parts. And people are really impressed. They're like, "Oh wow, praise Bazaar! Wow, this is great." Do you mention Sune?
Let's see. Everybody's eating pizza. I
Like he took the moment.
yeah, I'll let him have the moment. I'm gonna let the goblin have the moment because I got plans. I got plans.
All right. The people begin to go back inside, and the music starts up again. And this time it's a song about the tree and the fruit from the tree. Something about it's similar to the Garden of Eden story, but you can tell it's a new song that has to do about the headmaster and the tree that she's got, and like the snake is coming. The snake is like the roots of the tree. Something like that. It's an interesting, colorful song that has just been commissioned. She's holding a little piece of paper to get the lyrics just right. And people begin pushing the tables aside even further and create a lane. And they bring out these balls. And it's sort of like primitive bowling is what it looks like. And they're beginning to set up bets and things. And 2-5, if you had if you had passed your other check before, like the two guys that are sitting there in the corner beginning to set up bets for the bowling, Jesse and Clayson, and they're getting like they're basically acting like bookies over there. People are coming to them and they're writing down like names and amounts. So they have a couple of things that they're doing. There's a short bow archery contest that's going on by the stables out back. It's kind of like their version of darts. And then they have some bowling. Then there's going to be some arm wrestling and cards, a few other things. And then the dancing is going to really start in earnest. Like a lot of things are planned. So what do you guys? And you still haven't seen the princess or Benji in a while.
I'm gonna try to inquire as to why, because I don't know why the well was as low as it was for a town this size. I wouldn't know that offhand.
Who are you asking?
Hmm. Screw it. This first person I can come across.
Just one of the people still out there by the well.
Yeah,
Like,
sure.
Oh, last time Nut fell in, it wasn't but a few feet of space. He got right back out himself. Wasn't no big deal. But as
Why is the town of this size have such a small amount of water in their well?
This isn't the only well, but mind you, he looks around. He says, it is in a very nice location. I mean, that's the Cooper, that's the brewer, here's the tavern, there's the inn. It's in a very good spot. And they don't like just well water here. And even if they did have well water, they would want to purify it and bless it every day anyway. So they figured just fill it up with pure blessed water from the beginning. And they did it every day. And this was the best water you could get. And the tavern's been using it for their brew for years.
Why is it so low right now?
He gets kind of frustrated, takes off his hat. 'Cause the damn temple can't make any more water. Where you been? You new around here? He kind of squints at you. His eyes open up a little bit. Well, I see. You are not from around here. He puts his hand out.
I've traveled many places.
Puts his hand out to shake yours.
I'll shake his hand.
Name's Widget. Risk Widget. You notice all these guys in this kingdom have a bit of a southern accent, but not too much. What brings you around these parts?
Well, we were delivering two young people home who have apparently vanished again. But, as far as the, well water again, why have they not been filling it? What happened?
He's looking at you very shrewdly. Two people home. I see.
Yes, a couple of people that lived here, they were out in the woods.
Lost, were they? Recently.
Yeah, kind of.
Important people.
Possibly. I don't know. I'm a bit more concerned with this.
He motions with his hat to the well and just like points at it for just a second. It's like they can't fill it up, Good, because they have no power left. We're not really sure what's happened. But then he eyes you up and down again. He's like, do you know Benjamin?
Which, wait, Benjamin's the prince?
Yeah.
I've come across many people in my time. And I probably have come across someone named Benjamin.
Prince Benjamin?
There a particular reason you are inquiring about him?
I thought so. He's been rolling some really high intelligence checks. He's just sitting there like shrewdly listening to every word and like, two people, important people, went missing recently? He may have seen you come in with Ben earlier, Benji.
Yeah.
He's just like nodding, shrewdly eyeing you up and down, appraising you in a way you're not really comfortable with.
I was
You
like,
are-
I'm not. That's why I'm not lying to him, but I
Yeah.
am being like coy.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah. Playing your cards close.
He lights up a cigarette or some kind of a rolled, hobbit's leaf.
yeah.
He said, "So, puff, puff. What happened down there?"
Well, man fell in.
Hmm.
He's apparently drunk.
The well, are we calling that goblin hellhole that used to be a kobold lair the well? That's fine by me.
Wait, out of game, how the fuck does he know about that?
Squinting at him.
Like, that's some very specific information.
He has a little smile on his face. He's, do you I'm guessing you're giving him a bit of an incredulous look.
It's one of those like
Shocked
my
kind of
eyes
thing.
start to not like they narrow at him like like what? As I'm thinking to myself, there weren't anybody else there.
He
that
looks
we know
around.
of.
He looks around kind of nonchalantly and makes
Yeah.
sure the rest of the bystanders are clearing out. He says, I have informants, friends, if you will, in the palace. Seems to me there was a bit of a meeting that went on recently. Oh, I heard all about it. All about it. He's just like eyeing you up and down, appraising you. So,
I'm not here for fame and glory. I'm simply here to spread a message.
he takes one last drag of his cigarette and flicks it away. So, do you know why they call me Risk?
Risk? Wait, what?
Yeah, his name is Widget, Risk Widget.
Risk would okay.
Yeah, so that's what he introduced himself as.
Well, considering we just met, probably not.
He's eyeing you like a pimp might eye a new girl, basically. It's making you feel uncomfortable. he says, I'm the guy people talk to when they want to get a bit of a job around here. There's lots of crazy things going on, especially outside the kingdoms. What, somebody as strapping and adventurous as you, I could give you a few jobs, I'm sure. If you were up to the task, that is. Now, I've had others fail me, but I got a good feeling about you.
Well, currently, I already have a job in mind for myself. But perhaps my traveling companions here would be interested to hear what you have to say.
He kind of looks through the window towards the long table where your friends are sitting by Rama.
Hmm.
He says, "Yeah. Yeah, they a good-looking bunch. Tell you what, you want to get a hold of me, you just ask Rama. Her father's under my employ. She'll tell you." He gives you a little wink, and then he turns around, and it seems that he just disappears into the shadow in the alley. And even with your dark vision, you don't see him anymore.
It's a magical darkness kind of thing.
You don't know.
Yeah.
Probably
Okay.
just teleported out
He's gone.
Yeah.
or something.
Risk widget.
Okay.
So, a few people of note to remind you of. So, John Clover is the guitarist, the bard. Risk Widget is the, just think of him as like adventurer, foreman kind of guy. Nut Brown, the drunk who always falls down the well. Hammer Jackman, the old cattle rancher.
Yeah.
And then Drew Bellis is a little girl that works there. She's starting to really like Tisk, thinks he's funny. And Rama Calais, the girl who's she's fashioned after what's her name from Fairy Tale? You know, the girl who drinks all the time, waiting for her dad to come back.
Urza.
Yeah,
No, not Urza.
Uh,
Yeah.
Anime.
Fairy Tale.
I know what you're
Fairy
talking
Tale the anime. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So
Was
she's
it Kana?
about.
No.
no, there's a
the
different
tarot
chick.
card girl,
Yeah.
the
I think
daughter
her name
of
was Kana.
yeah, Connor. Here's Rama.
Gildarts.
Yeah, Guildhart's daughter, right? So, and if you talk to Rama for any length of time, you know she's waiting for her dad to come back, who went on one of these stupid adventures for Risk and never returned. And she fucking hates Risk for this, but he's pretty sure that guy, he'll be back. You know, he'll be back one day.
Alright, well.
All right, lots of points of interest. Who wants to do what?
Mm,
Well, there's a short range archery contest, but bowling. Technically, these are polished stones. They're round stones. They're rolling. So, sort of like throwing rocks. The tables are all basically shoved aside at this point and stacked and made big room for a dancing floor and the bowling and some arm wrestling, and looks like a couple of fights might be about to break out too. Like a bunch of stuff's going on. A lot of people are, there's like half a dozen, 6 people or so hanging out by the stables, getting ready to shoot some arrows towards some bullseye. A couple of people are making out in the hay of the stables, like you can see their feet sticking out of one of the empty horse stalls. The band is kicking up pretty loud. Tisk is having a good time in the kitchen, like lots going on.
I'm gonna go back to the temple.
Okay.
Can I go back to the temple?
Yeah, sure. As you do, you get up and you see one of the biggest rats you've ever seen peek at you out of a small broken floorboard by the front door. And it's huge. It is a rodent of unusual sizes. Alright, it's an ROUS.
Rodent of of unusual sizes.
Yeah, it's an ROUS, rodent of unusual size.
And it's a Princess Bride reference.
Yeah.
Okay. Um. I'm gonna walk past it. I can
All
see
right.
it. It's there. I'm going past it.
Excuse me. Okay. The streets are pretty much empty.
Okay.
There's a few guards
Towards
walking around,
towards the
but
temple.
you're wearing your really nice outfit, right? Give me a disguise check.
Okay.
You're disguising yourself as a very well-to-do human, so add in all your bonuses.
Mm. 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 13.
You make it past the first guard fine. The second one walking comes a little closer to you and stops you for a second. Ma'am, sir, what are
How
you?
can I help you?
What the hell are you?
That seems quite rude.
Well, despite the bluntness of the question, I am different. Yeah. Snake person.
You can see he pulls the side of his cape off, and his left arm is goes down to a nub, and you can see it's not like cut off or anything. It was a birth deformity. He says, "Aren't we all, buddy? But you're a little more than just strange, aren't you? You're not quite human."
Perhaps not. Is there a problem?
He steps close. He looks left and right, leans down close. He's like, "What are you doing here?"
Well, people I was traveling with helped bring some lost folks back to this town.
Are you a merchant?
No,
You're a foreign
I
merchant.
was heading to the temple.
Foreign merchant. That makes sense.
Sure.
I've never seen anyone like you, but he's nodding up and down. He's like, that makes a lot of sense. I was confused for a minute. Say what? Temple?
Yes.
Temple's all
I
locked
showed
up.
up here. Oh, damn. There's nobody there.
Well, he scratches his head with his little stump. Maybe. Let's go see.
Thank you.
He walks with you, gives you a bit of an escort. There's somebody going around lighting the lanterns, and they're doing it the old-fashioned way, with a ladder and a stick, and they're keeping the corridors well lit. Most of the people are closing up for the night. All the shops are closed down, but the home areas up above where the merchants are is where they live. Basically, all these places are big merchant villas, so they do their business and their crafting profession downstairs and then live upstairs. So you can see the lights are on upstairs still, but all the businesses are closed.
Okay. And I'm not interested in any of the stalls and whatnot because there is a problem here that needs to be corrected.
Yeah. And you can see out front what used to be strong pedestals for Peller have had the original statues taken off and put these these weird looking things that are, like sharp teeth and goat horns, but you can see from the bronze pedestal, like it was meant to be a fantastic radiance statue of Pellar, two of them side by side, which is like, the male version of Sune, sort of. Sune is she's a light side.
He was apparently supposed to be like the catch-all god kind of thing.
Yeah, but since
Yeah,
the Pantheon has
Pellar
been
is the
completely wiped,
traditional-
in this place, Pellar and Sune are kind of seen right now as the male and female sides of the Venus.
Mm.
Pellar has a little bit more worshippers just because more people remember him. Sune, but your audio glitch. Wow. No, it didn't.